Hey everyone, it's Tracy Matthews from Flourish and Thrive Academy, and I'm so excited to be here today with some amazing designers, including Jennifer Ciraulo, who's right here with me right now. And today we're going to talk about Instagram tactics that convert to sales straight from the mouths of jewelry designers that are using them. And Jennifer is one of them. So Jennifer has a jewelry brand called Blooming Lotus Jewelry, and we officially met on Twitter a couple of years ago, but now we've become friends and we've done lots of things together, like travel and stuff like that. But one of the things that I really love about Jennifer is that I've watched her kind of use her social media over the years and to see how she's really used it for her business to grow a following. So Jennifer, thank you so much for being here. It's great to have you and to talk to you. So to get started, why don't you tell me a little bit about Blooming Lotus Jewelry and about what you do?
Sure. I started Blooming Lotus Jewelry about 4 years ago, and it's a line of yoga-inspired jewelry and mala beads, as well as hand stamping. The mala beads are prayer beads, and they can be used to count mantras during a meditation cycle. I use a lot of hand stamping, so I love the personalized aspect and creating something special for the person who's wearing it. And I do a lot of research with the gemstones and the spiritual symbols that I use. I'll use a lot of the, lotus flowers, Buddha, Ganesha, elephants, all different types of symbols. And yeah.
Great. Oh my God, I love your jewelry, and I've loved to see how you've really grown your business. And as I mentioned earlier, you've used social media so effectively to really grow, and I've watched you convert, transfer from your huge Facebook kind of activity, moving a lot of that over to Instagram. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about Instagram, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And how it's working for you. So how long have you been using Instagram?
I have only been using Instagram, I'd say, for about 8 months. And
that's awesome.
as we know, social media is just huge. I don't know how people actually ran businesses before social media, to be perfectly honest.
So true. I'm like looking at my questions here. So my next question for you is, can you tell us some of the techniques that you've used to build a following with Instagram?
Sure. Just like any other social media, maybe not Facebook, but kind of along the lines of Twitter, in order to interact with people or to get a following, you need to follow other people.
Yeah.
Same thing with Instagram. I just didn't go on Instagram not following anybody or not trying to start a conversation with people. It's really important that you go into it knowing that you need to seek people out and you need to try to create the relationships and the connections and give people that warm and fuzzy feeling that you're actually paying attention to them. So then they start paying attention to you, paying attention to you. So you really create almost like a friendship. So that was really the beginning, is looking for people in my area of, type of jewelry. So the yoga world, the yoga community.
Right.
Following yoga teachers or yoga studios, or just searching certain hashtags that are appropriate for my type of jewelry line.
Yeah, it makes so much sense too. Really, you talk about building relationships, and that's really what growing a business and having sales is on Instagram. So do you follow all the people who are following you, or
No, I don't. I have over 8,100 followers, and I only follow about 150. And at times, like, I was maybe over, a couple of hundred. But
did you follow people and then unfollow them, or?
I did, because sometimes people just follow you and they don't really engage with you.
Okay.
So the people that I follow, I feel like I have engaged with at some period of time, whether it was a comment or, a little conversation back and forth in the comments section, or me commenting on their photos. It really depends. I know that I follow some people that follow 8,000 people.
Right.
And with that, you're not seeing a lot of things in your news feed. So I also try to gauge it that way. Like, what do I want to see? And then who do I want to interact with? Yes.
Awesome. So how often are you on Instagram every day?
A lot. A lot of my business, a lot of my sales come directly from my social media interactions, posting new things, posting progress pictures, just beads, in a pile and then showing the finished product. People
Right.
love to see things come together. They get excited about it and then they check back later. And so teasers like that, keep your page exciting,
Yeah.
interactive. They see, what you're all about. So I'm on it a lot. You probably see that I'm on it a lot. And
I
yeah,
do. You're
yeah,
always posting things, and then what I've always
yeah,
noticed is that like right away, like almost the second you post it, like a bunch of
yes,
people like it. So
right.
super
Hmm.
cool, or commenting on it.
Exactly.
So I know you write a lot in the sort of text box. Can you
Right.
tell me a little bit about how you choose what to write, and also some of the hashtags that you use?
Okay, sure. If I'm posting a piece of jewelry, let's say a finished product, like a bracelet stack, what I'll say is the first line will say the name of it, or I'll probably say the name of it, and then the description of the gemstones, their metaphysical
Mm-hmm.
meanings, and what if I have a charm on there, what that charm might mean. Sometimes what I also do is I put the text on the photo itself. I use a lot of photo
Yeah.
editing apps. Those are huge for people with Instagram because it's very catching to the eye and it makes your photo more exciting. People want to find out more about it. So you
Mm-hmm.
can really capture somebody by just your
Right.
photo and then they want to read more about it. And then the hashtags that I use are so my main comment that that main comment always stays with your
Mm-hmm.
photo. And the only hashtag that I ever put in my main comment is hashtag blooming lotus jewelry.
Okay.
Then the second comment is where I start all of my hashtags
Okay.
because I don't want my main comment to be jumbled with
Tons of
20
hashtags.
different exactly because then it's it kind of crowds the person's news feed. So what I do is the main comment always has blooming lotus jewelry as the hashtag, and then
That's
the
great.
second comment has maybe yoga. I have yoga every damn day is a huge yoga hashtag term, and whatever type of jewelry line you make, I guess kind of figure out like what the most popular hashtag might be for that. I also do mala beads, mala love, bohemian, boho love. Sometimes I do crystals. I might write amethyst, lotus, the symbol, what it means. So if I use a lotus, I might also do a hashtag of new beginnings. If I happen to have a quote in my comment or on the photo, I might write wisdom or the person that the quote came from. Might write Buddha or whoever
Mm-hmm.
might have said that quote.
So
Um,
just a lot of things that are relevant. Are there any
Absolutely, yes.
specific besides the blooming lotus hashtag that you use every single time? Is it like yoga every damn day, or yoga, or jewelry?
Yoga every damn day. Aside from yoga being the top hashtag for the yoga community, yoga
Mm-hmm.
every damn day is the second most popular. So
Okay.
I use that all the time.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool. So the big question is, how are you converting your Instagram uh, traffic and interaction into sales?
Okay, I'm a one woman company, so I really do gauge my sales on I gauge how often I'm on Instagram based on how many sales I want, or if I'm a little overwhelmed, and it really does directly result in sales. So, uh, if I post a few different pictures a day, I know that that's probably going to result in multiple sales, within like the next maybe that day or within like the next few days, depending on when people are looking at their Instagram. If I'm a little overwhelmed, I definitely take a step back. There might be a few days where I don't post anything just to kind of control my sales because
Mm-hmm.
I am the only person doing it
Mm-hmm.
all. So sometimes I can get overwhelmed, and that's how I control it. I back off on my social media and I see a dip in sales. So
Okay.
it's totally related.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's so cool. I love it because a lot of people are always talking about like, oh, social media, I'm doing it, but I'm not really getting sales from it. So it's like really great to hear that, you really built this following and
Yes. And it took a long time.
yeah.
It took a long
How
time.
long? So it took 8 months to kind of get about 8,000 people.
Right, but on my Facebook page, I want to say I have about 6,500
Mm-hmm.
followers on Facebook. And really, Facebook is not, it's not very good for social media anymore. Facebook really wants you to pay for
Yeah.
advertising, pay for people to see your posts. I have 6,500 followers, but it tells me that 150 people saw my
Yeah.
post. and then, they prompt me to promote it. So that's why I've really moved everything to Instagram. And I'm really shocked at how Instagram has just blown up in, the 8 or 10 months that
Yeah.
I've been on it. It's crazy. But I also think that I learned a lot with my Facebook fan page and interacting and creating those relationships. Also, what I do through Instagram is when I connect with people, let's say yoga teachers or people that might have really big followings. And what I do is I connect with them and then I say, oh, like, what's your email? Or if I see that they continue to like certain pieces, I might send them a piece of jewelry and then they post about it. And then I see a spike in sales from that as well.
Oh, that's great. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So one more question, just because you mentioned all the apps. What are your favorite apps to use to make your pictures pretty on
The
Instagram?
best app, and a lot of people are discovering it, but it's absolutely awesome. It's called Rona Designs, Rhonna. And if you just search Rona or Rona Designs, you'll come up with it. And it's a bunch of fonts. It has pictures or different types of things that you can add to your photo.
Okay.
It also has pre-made quotes in all different types of fonts, and it's great. It's absolutely amazing, and it looks like I spent hours on one photo, and I might have spent 5 to 10 minutes.
That's amazing. Okay, Rona Designs. Okay,
Rona
awesome.
Designs, yes.
And you just got on your iPhone?
Yep.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool.
Okay. Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
I take part in a lot of yoga challenges.
Oh, yeah, that's something you do.
Yes, there's a lot of contests, and I don't know if that happens in other types of. I don't know. The yoga community is a very supportive community, and
Yes.
everybody wants to have yoga reach everybody, and
Right.
so there's a lot of yoga challenges, and I'm a big part of that as well. I used to really seek a lot of the teachers out and say, oh, if you need a sponsor, I can sponsor it. But now a lot of the teachers are seeking me out, and I take part. I sponsor a lot of these yoga challenges, and we're talking about teachers who have 50,000 followers, 100,000
Yeah.
followers, and I'm one of the sponsors for their yoga challenge, and it's been massive. It's been a huge help to my Instagram following as well.
I love that. I've noticed that, like all your poses and stuff. It's so cool.
Yes. Oh, and I take part in them as well. Yeah.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being here today. Can you tell us where people can find you?
Sure, absolutely. Well, my website is bloominglotusjewelry.com, and Instagram, it's Blooming Lotus Jewelry. And I'm on Twitter, not so much, but again, if you just search Blooming Lotus Jewelry on all of them, you'll be able to find me. And also Facebook, I'm on Facebook too. But Instagram is the big one.
Yay. Thanks
Yes.
again, Jennifer, and I'll be talking to you soon offline.